We're on. Michael, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this video call. We wanted to talk a little bit today about your journey. You were my first client a few years ago. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for that. It has been an interesting journey since then. And I remember when we started, it was all about total body and energy transformation. You did like a 3 months program with me around habit change and weight loss, and just in general getting into healthier lifestyle habits, which was super interesting to see how you transformed. And even after you continued, and there were other aspects of your life that we were working on. And then recently, I just want to mention that before we'll talk about you, Michael, end of last year, you did a program that I came across through a friend of mine, Sean FM in Maryland. He runs a wellness practice in Potomac, Maryland. Thank you, Sean, for suggesting that book to me. It's written by Dr. Alberto Villoldo, and yeah, Grow New Body. It is a program, it's a 4-week program, which pretty much resets your gut and your brain and upgrades the gut and the brain. And it's a combination of intermittent fasting, plant-based diet, and like a lot of interesting nutrients that some of them that I have never heard before, but neuronutrients included in that. And it's a really, not intense, but a really effective program that I've never done something like that before. I've done fasts, I have done all kinds of cleanses. This one was amazing because it also had a mind aspect to it. And for me, it was just like a lot of things came together, the body and the mind. And that's why I approached the author and asked if I can use the program in the book to turn it into a coaching program, which I call Upgrade Your Body. I couldn't use the same name. And so I have permission, and Michael actually went through the program. I did it myself back last year in May, and then end of last year, you went through it, and it was just amazing, the results that you had out of it. And we want to talk more about that, but let's just talk a bit about your entire journey over the past few years since we have started working together, because I'm so amazed by what you actually went through. And so thankful again. So thank you for working with me.
Yeah, no, that's a good chance after 3 years to have a review and how it all started. I think it was like February 2018. I was quite heavy and very stressed, very tense, and also relationships didn't work well. So I was very antsy with myself and people. And I just want to do something. And you and I talked, and started with food and having more rhythm, how I eat, more a certain cadence, and I started more exercising. And I felt better, and I lost weight. I had 236 pounds, and I brought it down to 206, 208 pounds. And I had more continuity, how I ate and how I slept. So that worked really well. But then what's next? Because you can think I can stay there, but I also gained some weight again. I went from 212 pounds. I'm like, it's tough to handle this. And you and I talked. That was a good discussion then, where you introduced me some other areas where I could explore deeper. And the mind work helped me quite a bit.
So maybe can you share a bit about the whole habit transformation things that you went through in the initial part of our work together? Like what area was mostly affected? Was it sleep? Was it the exercise? Was it food? Was it how did that land for you, this whole process?
Yeah, simple things everybody reads about: drinking more water, sleeping better, and doing more exercise, or having a balanced food. You read about it, you kind of know, but in the end, you do it for 3 days, and then you give up again. At least I gave up again. And you helped me to continue and get a foundation and a framework and a focus. So I really are then on a continuous basis. I have the recipes. I know when I go to sleep. I know when I need to drink some water. And it's ongoing. It's with me. I really changed that habit. And that accountability practice you and I went through really made a difference for me. So I don't feel like I have to. It's more like I want to. That change was big for me.
Thank you for sharing that. I also remember, I want to throw that in there, Michael, because I remember that story where we went to an event together, and there were people that hadn't seen you for a year, and they hardly recognized you because you had changed so much, not just physically, but also your presence was different.
Right.
And I was standing in the corner while I was witnessing how the situation unfolded. I was like, really? We were all at the same event, and they were like, I don't remember you.
Yeah, it's presence, it's posture, it's interaction. And before I was more hiding, I was more there. I mean, I was still thinking I'm there, but I wasn't really there. I also didn't feel comfortable before. And there, I was really more interactive. I felt comfortable with myself, but also with others. Plus, again, my appearance in terms of the body posture and the body presence, and as well as the face language, the interaction, and that I was amazed too, thinking I remember you, but for them it was different. There was 3-4 different people, and they were happy with me, and then they also wanted to know more. How does it work, and how can they also go in this direction in addition to the exercise and nutrition they had before?
Yeah, it was amazing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing right in front of me unfolding. So cool. And then end of last year, we switched things up. You were interested in that program that I was just talking about, and tell us a little bit more about that. What led you to actually do that after all the work that you have already done and the transformation that you had gone through, which was already amazing?
Yeah, that was pretty. I was looking like I'm in the 50s now, and thinking next 20, 30 years, how do I want to live? Do I just want to avoid health issues, or do I really want to thrive? And when I'm 70 or 80, still feel like 50 or even younger. And there I felt certain ailments in terms of stomach or being tired sometimes, or things are changing, and I want to maintain this, but also invest in me, in my body, in my well-being, and understanding how I can rejuvenate my cells and my nervous system and balance my nervous system for the better and for the long run was really inspiring to me. So I looked into this.
Yeah, and I was actually super interested in working with you through this, because we did like this initial questionnaire thing, like asking all kinds of questions that are part of the program. And I actually have I want to show the slides because it's so telling. So let me just pull this up here. So on the left side, we see the assessment that you did, and I'll show the results on the next slide. But there was a before and after health assessment, pretty thorough, developed by Dr. Alberto Villoldo and a few of his partners. And then we measured, of course, all kinds of things throughout the program: glucose, ketone levels, and body composition. And then at the end of the program, this is what we actually had, right? So the blue bars is what your situation was before, pretty much the scoring, and the orange is what it was after, and I was blown away. And maybe you can just talk a little bit about that, because that was so drastic. Within 4 weeks, I was so happy about that for you.
Yeah, it was September when I filled out the questionnaire, the before questionnaire, and as I said, over the years, I got more balanced with my weight and also some of my feelings and the mindset, but still there's something still there in the background, and so especially September was kind of stressful with work again, so things are coming up and down, and I was worried that's getting me away again and bringing me back like 3-4 years where I was. So when I filled this out, I'm like, I want to do something, and that's a good reflection of how I felt in the blue bars in September. Yeah. And you and I were surprised, thinking, hey, everything should have been well after eating well and doing your exercise and having a good baseline. But still, certain things were still carrying me away. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that was a perfect example where you're doing well already. Like you have adjusted so many lifestyle habits, right? Around sleeping, hydration, food. You got so amazing with like healthy food and preparing healthy food and dishes yourself, and like really balancing a lot of areas in your life. But then when you see this, I was like, wow, this is still there. You can always dig deeper. That's what came up for me. You can always dig deeper and improve yourself. And then of course life throws you some curveballs here and there that affect you, as you said, right? Stress at work, or maybe some other areas in the life that's just affecting you. And yeah, so that was really, really telling. And then you also sent me this. This was, wow, before, after, like a really physical change.
Right, right. On the left side, that was before the program. For years, I had this psoriasis. It's runs in my family, and it's a skin condition that can be very thin skin, and also leads to some bleeding sometimes, and also on the legs, and so I thought hopefully it helps with the program in terms of stress reduction and nutrition, but also renewing the cells. And then on the right side, that's after the program, smooth skin and that's gone. So that's really the big change. And I think the nutrition and the minerals, but also the stress. In my case, the stress part, the emotional part helped. Like in terms of foods that stress me, like sugar and alcohol and some other unbalanced food I ate before, as well as some of the mind work we did to how I perceive things, how I interact, and build my relationships and maintain the relationship. That also reduced the stress. Also shows in my case in my skin. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a beautiful example of how like on the outside you did a lot of changes on the inside, and that was really, really telling. So thank you for sharing these before and after pictures and allowing me to show them here in the video.
Yeah, I want to give back also because I see people suffering or being limited, and you cannot just tell them directly. So I'm happy I can show by an example, and people say, "How did you do this?" And also help refine that program you developed, and it's really it makes me happier, makes people around me happier, and hopefully also people who work with you.
Super. That's exactly why I felt like he's a perfect perfect person to talk about this, because your transformation was so radical. Anything else you want to share, Michael, that you want people to know?
Yeah, everybody's different. So some people have a bit more focus on the mental aspect, or some more on the nutrition aspect, or the exercise and the combination. And they were like working with you. It's you're adjusting. You can focus on what's needed. And also, if people want to talk with me and have questions, I'm happy to answer. So they get my perspective and might be the nuance. Last Friday, I talked to a friend I haven't seen for a while, and he said, "Man, Michael, you seem more balanced, like a different person."
Yeah.
And he was very curious about this. And it's my recommendation to your audience is take it at your pace. Then don't feel like you must do certain things, and you can change and adjust as you like.
Yeah, and maybe even like just start somewhere, right? Don't get overwhelmed with all the options. Just you got to break the cycle you're in somewhere. It's a circle, right? You're spinning maybe in your life, but just enter at one point. And what you did was more well-rounded. You adjusted several things over the course of a couple of weeks, and then you went deeper and deeper because you felt how much different you were showing up at home, at work, and like what it did to you, like really mentally, emotionally, physically. And I was just a witness on the side, seeing how this all changed. And I'm telling your story to a lot of people. It's like, listen, if you really want it for you, what was your main driver? That's actually what I wanted to, what was your big why for you to get on this journey and to continue going deeper? I want more. I want this to be more sustainable. I want to work on my mindset part and not just the physical part, because that's also what we did together.
Yeah, I realize there's limitations I have, and just doing a diet and eating only certain things, or thinking I think I must think a certain way. I think digging deeper, saying what is it in terms of what food, what kind of foods make me happy or maybe antsy, but also relationships and mindsets. So I want to dig deeper and set a foundation for my future life.
Yeah.
And not hopefully next winter I don't eat too much and having these ups and downs. Is more like, here's a foundation, and I like myself. I want to live like this. It becomes natural because I want to, not because I have to, or I want to look a certain way. It's more like I get in touch with myself, basically. And that program really helped me to I slept really well. I slept like, that's me. That's how I want to sleep. And was looking forward to go to bed and sleep. And I slept really well, woke up well rested. That feeling I just want to maintain, and it works really well.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, thank you for sharing that. This is really, really cool. Your story is amazing. And I hope it inspires some people out there to do something for themselves, to make yourself a priority in your life so you can do what you want to do in a better format almost, right? Wherever you want to show up, again, family, work, for yourself, just start somewhere.
Thanks for getting me there, and thanks being there for me. And I wish everybody good luck on their journey.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.